I'm Sarah Jo, your host here in the Diamond Lane on Classic 107 in Winnipeg, and Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live coming up fresh.
From the Classic 107 studios in downtown Winnipeg, 107 Live for Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.
Rhymes, fine rhymes, sweet rhymes have I. Sly rhymes, wry rhymes, neat rhymes have I. To a world too prone to be prosaic, I bring my own panacea, an iota of iambic and a tittle of trochaic, added to a small amount of onomatopoeia. Lays that sing like rhymes have I, who plays that ring like chimes have I. Happy rhymes like money makes you sunny. Spicy rhymes like virtue can hurt you. Learned rhymes, the camel's a mammal, and others very various on matters multifarious like beard, sheared, banoose, loose, stairs, prayers, mosque, kiosk, minaret and parapet, and many more that I'll beget betimes. Rhymes have I, I have
rhymes, fine rhymes, true rhymes has he. Rhymes, bright rhymes, new rhymes has he. Thoughtful rhymes,
like learning leads to earning.
Truthful rhymes,
like drinking stops your thinking.
Healthful rhymes,
like sinning is thinning. And others miscellaneous on matters more extraneous.
like crutch,
clutch,
look,
hook,
vagrant,
fragrant,
dervish,
curvish,
horn,
one,
caravan,
Afghanistan,
dromedary,
very hairy,
very hairy,
very sorry. Songs of sense and pertinence in reference to all events and climes. Rhymes have I,
rhymes have I,
rhymes has she,
rhymes has he,
rhymes have we, rhymes have we have rhymes.
James Johnston, Lara Secord Haid, and Rebecca Klassen Wiebe at the piano. A little excerpt from this coming show that's opening tomorrow night. Kismet, being put on by the Little Opera Company of Winnipeg, happens at the Théâtre Secord Haid tomorrow and Friday, and then two shows on Saturday the 7th. Tickets are $30, and we'll tell you how to get them in just a moment. Welcome, you three beautiful people. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
For another, of course, episode of Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. So tell us a little bit about the show that's opening tomorrow. Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, Kismet is sort of an operetta. It's, not quite musical theater, not quite opera, but kind of a fusion of those styles. It's set in Baghdad, classical Baghdad. So that's kind of an interesting a setting for us. It's been fun. And it tells a story of it's a rags to riches story, including Marsinah, my daughter. I'm the poet, Hajj the beggar. I start off as a beggar, and I wind up an emir. And it's all through my wheeling, dealing, scheming, rhyming, poetry, all that kind of stuff. So that's the fun part.
Excellent. And I hear that there are going to be dancers as well involved.
Yes.
Can one of you speak to that?
We have 4 dancers from contemporary dance, and they're unbelievable. They're so beautiful how they move and what they bring to the show. It's really special.
Excellent. So, how do they interact with you as singers on stage?
Well, they're characters in the show.
Oh, okay.
3 of the dancers are Ababunian princesses, who come hoping to marry the caliph, and so they interact with us in almost every scene. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it creates a lot of spectacle. It's it's really a sort of a fusion between all these art forms. It's really, I think, as I said before, the show kind of punches above its weight in terms of the amount of spectacle that you get in this sort of a small show, right?
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit about the history of the show too. I mean, it won a Tony in 1954. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Of course you're aware. It's a bit of a period piece in the culturally appropriate kind of way.
Yeah.
And because this has been a hot topic of late, but we have to remember also this is the music of Borodin that is sewn into the fabric of this musical. That is, happy-go-lucky and kind of sad at moments, but still, really fun and exciting.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit how the cultural kind of the nuance is managed in this show.
Well, the first thing that we tried to do was just, acknowledge it, and then, address it where possible by sort of adapting some scenes and some of the plot. So that was something that we did right up front.
Cool.
We also brought in a cultural studies scholar to try and sort of do a little bit of analysis of where Orientalism appears in the piece.
Yeah.
It's not something we can avoid completely.
No, of course
just
not.
because it would have to go through a complete rewrite. So the tension would be then, how do you do pieces like this in a way that's appropriate? And so we've tried to do that, and I guess we'll see whether or not it paid off.
Well, I mean, the fact that you've paid attention to it, and I'm sure, but also, I mean, with the great music and the funny story, I'm sure that it will all end up fitting together. So tell us a little bit about the music, about that role of Borodin's music in the score. Do you guys, I mean, Rebecca, we haven't really heard from you. Do you want to come up and chat about it? Yeah? Come on. This is, we've heard from James and Lara quite a bit so far, so I feel we should maybe hear from our beautiful pianist. So Rebecca, welcome to Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. Yeah, okay. So tell us a little bit about the score.
Well, it's a very lively and fun score and has lots of energy in lots of the pieces. But when I first heard about Kismet, I was told that it had these beautiful melodies that people, even if they don't know lots about classical music, will often recognize these. And so it brings in that piece that even if people aren't familiar, they can kind of connect with this music. And this is, I think, a fairly unfamiliar opera, but using Borodin's lines weaving throughout that really makes it more approachable for people.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure our audiences are now just, salivating at the thought of seeing this
They should
and
be.
listening to it. Like their ears must be just weeping. A very, very exciting Kismet happening at the Théâtre Sacre-Monnière at 340 Provencher Boulevard tomorrow at 7:30, Friday at 7:30, and Saturday, both 2 and 7:30. Tickets are $30. Visit littleopera.ca for more information. Of course, you can go to our website as well, classic107.com. I think it is time for a little bit more music. Can we have another little taste? What did we hear first? I didn't ask you what it was. That rhymes. This was Hajj's.
Rhymes.
Yeah.
Rhymes
okay.
have I.
Yeah, excellent. So what are we going to hear now?
So this is the end of a quartet.
Okay.
This is Marsinah singing, and she's lost the man she's just fallen in love with today, and she's hoping to find him again.
Wonderful.
This is a little aria to that effect.
Excellent. Well, Lara will be singing, Lara Secord Haid and Rebecca Klassen Wiebe at the piano. Let us indulge in a little more Kismet.
Talks to me, music, listen.
soprano Lara Secord Haid and Rebecca Klassen Wiebe at the piano. That was a little taste of Kismet. Catch it tomorrow night.
107 Live is Classic 107's intimate concert series, brought to you by Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.